What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel and welcome to my very first question and answer video. I figured I've come a little ways with my YouTube channel and I said, why not do a question and answer? I have gained so much family. I don't consider you fans, I consider you family. So I've gained so much family in this past, last year. I said, I want you all to know more about me. So let's get into it. First question, I got a lot of these questions. What inspired me to start doing YouTube? Well, if you look way back on my channel, you'll see that I have a lot of hair reviews. What started me doing YouTube was hair reviews. I love doing hair. When I was younger, I used to want to be a cosmetologist. Well, that was one of the things I wanted to do, and I also wanted to be a mechanic and a race car driver and the CEO of Pepsi. But anyways, I've always had a passion for doing hair. So what I decided to do was, why not do hair reviews? I started doing hair reviews. The weave and stuff got too expensive. I was buying like $500, $600 like lace wigs and doing reviews on those. Yes, I said it. Anyways, money got too tight. I stopped. Tyler Perry had an audition to be in one of his plays. I think have a spot on his TV show. It was one of those things of where you send in your entries and like you would be sitting behind the computer and just clicking the like button every day, as many times as you can. So it wasn't necessarily off of talent, it was off of how many votes you got. And I got into the top 100. So I didn't make it. And I was so sad and I started crying. No, I didn't do that. I was like, cool, you know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, another day, another dollar. I didn't sweat it at all. I wasn't tripping or nothing. Why? Oh, God. Oh. And by then, I think I was almost 30 years old. I think I was around 29 then. Or I might have been 30. And I said to myself, you know what? I don't want to be 50, 60, 70 years old regretting not doing what I've always wanted to do in life, which out of everything, I've always wanted to act. I've always wanted to have my own production company. I've been saying that since I was little. So over being the CEO of Pepsi and being a race car driver, I've always had a passion for acting. And I've loved acting and directing and writing and all those different types of things. So I said, you know what? Why not put the ball in my hands and start my own YouTube channel? Or take my YouTube channel and start, like I said, doing the acting and stuff. So I decided I wanted to do this talk show, this Christian talk show that was like 2 hours long, it felt like. And y'all weren't feeling it. For those of you who've been watching me since the beginning, I'm not saying you weren't feeling it, but it was just a little bit too long. And so I've always loved parodies. I'm an 80s baby. I'm 33. That was one of the questions. So I'm 33 years old. Thank you. I have a baby face. Thank you. I look so young. But Weird Al Yankovic, I've always loved him. I've always loved parodies, and I can write. I've always loved writing. I decided to write my first parody, All the Way Sold Out. Wrote that parody, and that's when my YouTube channel started booming. So what really inspired me to keep going with my YouTube channel was when I started doing the parodies. So the parodies is what really started me saying, you know what? I think I've got something here. I think I finally found my niche and a way to really open the doors for me on YouTube. What is your favorite wig? Wow. Honestly, I don't know. I love wigs. I love weave. Anything that looks good on me is what I love. I really do have a passion for curly wigs though, but other than that, I really don't necessarily have a favorite wig. Oh yeah, I do. The mommy wig. There's this little short wig. If you see me at the end of the I Don't Twerk, I Read video and I have this little short wig and it's like wavy and stuff, that kind of is like my favorite wig. It's my go-to wig. Like when I'm having a bad hair day, I plop that baby on, put some gel and some water on, and people be like, ooh, girl, look at your hair. You got such nice hair. I'd be like, thank you. Baby edges. That's not my hair. I'd be fronting. Ooh. Or I'll be acting, right? What is my biggest fear? Oh my gosh. I have more than one. I actually have 2 or 3. Okay, one of them is drowning. I can't swim. Don't laugh at me or I will smack you through this screen. I can't swim. I've literally almost drowned in a life jacket. I'm just saying. So I have a fear of drowning. My next one would be, I have a fear of the dark. Don't laugh or I will smack you through this screen. I don't like being in a pitch black room. I have crazy dreams. I'll wake up sleepwalking. It's just not good. I can't sleep in pitch black. So yes, I have to have, Either some type of light on, the hallway light, the light from the street, bathroom light, night light, whatever. Next one, being in a room full of people I don't know. Don't laugh or I will smack you through this screen. Okay. I am naturally an introvert. And if you don't know what an introvert means, it means I am naturally really a shy person. Most people who know me don't know that, but if you don't know me, you may pick up on that. But I really am a shy person at heart. So being in a room full of people I don't know, it's like, oh, it makes me feel nervous, because then it's like I have to force myself to go talk to people and open up. And that's honestly, naturally for me, very hard to do, like very hard. I've just always been that way. I know I'm a likable person and all those different types of things, but just naturally I'm more to myself, and I like to stand back and watch people and observe. I love doing stuff like that. But for me not to know anybody and have to walk up to you and start sparking up conversation, it's uncomfortable for me naturally. So those are my 3 fears. Okay. Let's go into another question. How can I help you all? One of the questions was, what advice do you have for other people who are trying to be successful on YouTube? Reality is, be yourself, okay? And then find what works. You just heard like my story of how I started with YouTube. Hair reviews, Christian talk show, parodies, bam. That's what worked. And that's what was really real to me, because I love being silly. I love music. I love writing, and I love acting. And you could do all of that in a parody. So what do you really love to do? Be authentic to yourself. Don't try to copy other people. I started doing the talk show and different things like that because I was following and trying to act like some other Christian channels I had seen on YouTube or whatever, because I knew I wanted to keep it clean. I knew I wanted it to be funny, and I didn't want to compromise my beliefs. And I just didn't want to compromise on YouTube. So anyways, find out what works for you. So if you're funny, do that. Let's say you're really smart and you want to do tutoring episodes on YouTube for other high school students who need some help, but they might not be able to afford a tutor, or they might not be able to stay after school, but they can get on that cell phone at 10 o'clock at night and watch your video of you giving tutoring on science or algebra or dance lessons. Whatever your passion is, be that, because people will know what's authentic and real. And the one thing that I've noticed is that y'all know I'm authentic and real. Like I said, there's no cursing, there's no sex. Like I have temptation scenes like in the process, but you're not going to see me butt naked on YouTube with my boobs and my booty hanging out. That's not about to happen. So, but that's me. I'm being real. And because I'm being real, that works, because you don't see a lot of YouTube channels or popular YouTube channels with that don't have any cursing. Most of the popular YouTube channels have everything but, and we all know that. So, be true to yourself. Be real, and then have faith. Realize when you start out, you may have a video that might shoot up out the door, or you may have a video that only might get 10 views. Like when I first started out, I had like 100 views a month. But I did not give up. So don't give up. So that's my advice for a successful YouTube channel. Be authentic, be yourself, figure out what works, okay? And when it works, go hard on that. Drive it all the way in and keep going, and then have patience, because for most YouTube channels, it takes time for them to grow. And then once your channel does grow, I always appreciate and love your family, which you are to me, for it. All right, next question. Are you dating Mike in real life? No, we don't date. He's an actor of mine. I sought him out at a talent agency. He interviewed, sent in his video. I was extremely impressed with his acting skills, and I hired him as one of my actors for the process. And I don't regret that. He's an amazing actor. But no, we're not dating. Am I still a virgin? A virgin. Okay, yeah. Let me put it to you like this. No, I am not. And, ooh, that's hard for me to say. I actually lost my virginity at 28 or 29 years old. Yeah, that's pretty old. I think I was 28 or 29. I had just been through a lot of stuff in life and in ministry, and I started dating this guy. I started dating this guy, and he was the complete opposite of me in a good way. He was smart, he was intelligent, he was cool, but it was a lot of stuff he wouldn't go for, because I could be a little feisty in my relationships. and with people and stuff like that, which I've toned down and had to learn. But it was just certain things like he wouldn't go for, and there was certain ways that kind of like intimidated me because he had this caliber about him, and it was just good. And I fell for him, and I fell for him hard, and I lost my virginity to him. I regret it, but I did. So no, I'm not a virgin, but I'm not a thought either. So I don't just go around having sex. I am celibate, but he was my first person. Yeah. So, but with that being said, it took me that long to lose it. I don't want you girls out there to lose your virginity. Please wait till you're married. And if you can't, use a condom. But there are women out there who really do try to hold it till they're married. And there are women who do hold it till they're married. I know one of my best friends was a virgin until she was married. And she was like in her late 20s or whatever. So I always encourage virginity. And if you have lost your virginity, I encourage celibacy. Because really the only man who deserves that is your husband. And we're not perfect. I have failed so many different times, but at the end of the day, the only man who deserves that part of you woman is your husband, because he's the man that says, I'm committed to protecting you and loving you unconditionally. And that's the man who deserves the goods. Just to be real. How do you create the characters and do all the makeup like Big G? Okay. I love doing makeup. I've always loved doing makeup. If any of you have looked at my Instagram, make sure you are following me on Instagram at the C Corner, or you've looked at my other videos on YouTube, you see that I do mime. And so I started doing mime, being a Christian mime when I was a senior in high school, and putting on the face paint, that's putting on makeup. And then I had a partner in college, and we would sometimes do different characters with the mime, and a lot of times she would play the evil villain or the devil. So I would have to do the makeup and make it evil. And from doing that, I realized, like, hey, I can do makeup well with creating different looks on the face or whatever. So when I started doing my characters, like, it was just really kind of easy. Actually, those characters actually came from a ministry called Young Life. I started doing those characters with Young Life. And so in Young Life, like if I played an old person or whatever, I used to create my own fat suits back then. I just did it. I don't know. I just know how to do it. Big G now, what I use for that character, actually I have a prosthetic face. So it's like this plastic foamy material that I actually glue to my face. And then I put makeup around that to blend it in. And then I put makeup on her, and I put lashes and all those different types of things. For Granny, I can do some tutorials on face makeup, but there's ways to make your face look old. Like if you scrunch your face like this and you pencil in on your wrinkles. See all these wrinkles here? So I would pencil in, you know what? Hold on a minute. So this is a pencil. So we're going to take this. I'm not going to really do it. I'm just showing you. You're going to take that and you're going to draw in where all of the lines are, all of your wrinkles, okay? You want to draw in where all your wrinkles are. I don't really have a lot of wrinkles, thank God. But let's say there, across the forehead, draw in all your wrinkles. I actually learned this in theater because I did theater in college. That's what you do to make like an old face. You just draw in all where your lines are, and then there's different ways of contouring the face and things like that. There's a lot of YouTube videos on things like that, and I can do some. What are your top 4 favorite junk foods? Oh my gosh, I love junk food. Not a good thing. Okay, so lately I've really been loving the hot Cheetos. I love hot Cheetos. I don't know if candy's junk food, but I love candy. Oh my gosh, I love popcorn. I love burnt popcorn. Not really, really burnt popcorn, but like slightly burnt. Oh, with some hot sauce. Yes. What would be another one? Is ice cream a junk food? Because I love Haagen-Dazs vanilla Swiss almond. That is amazing. That's more of a dessert. That's not a junk food. But I don't know. Oh, I love boiled peanuts. I love boiled peanuts. I don't know if that's a junk food either. Yeah. Yeah, other than that, candy. I love candy. Cotton candy, Starburst, Snickers, Reese's, Jolly Ranchers, Airheads. Oh, love it, baby. Yes! Do you like Mike? No, I don't like him like that. I mean, I like him as a person, but I don't like him like, oh my gosh, Mike. No. Not like that. No. Okay, I'm not going to be able to get to all the questions today, so there's going to be like several of these videos, so I'm going to answer like 2 more. who is my inspiration? Um, one of them is myself. Duh. Kind of question is that? No, I'm just playing. Some actors that really inspired me. One is Eddie Murphy. I've always associated and said I want to be the next Eddie Murphy. Now I just say I want to just be the next successful female producer and director that plays multiple characters and writes and edits all of it and stuff like that. But yes, Eddie Murphy. I really look up to him. He is an amazing actor. He's one of those where you forget it's Eddie Murphy no matter what character he plays. Love him. Eddie Murphy, Tyler Perry, because I appreciate Tyler Perry for being so comedic, for being able to play multiple characters, for having his own production company, doing all the writing from starting from the bottom, not trying to be funny, and then working to, like, starting from the bottom, now he's here, that type of thing. Like, he started one place, and the way he's progressed and branded himself, like, I totally love and look up to him. And plus, it's all positive, who can't, that's like a win-win. It's like you could take your whole family, basically, to watch Tyler Perry's plays or movies and things like that. So I love Tyler Perry. Are you and Mike married? Okay, so let me get this out there. His real name is Jamil. Jamil and I have a working relationship. That's it. So it's not like he was my boyfriend or like I knew him before and him and I are married and have children and a family. Nope. We just work together. He is my actor on my show, The Process. That's it. I don't know why I have so many questions about this. Okay, what is my favorite color? Pink. That's that. Pink and black or pink and gray, but pink all day, baby. Okay, so there's more questions, but I'm going to end on this. Have you ever been through a big tragedy? If so, how did you come over it and cope? So everybody has a testimony and story. So I've been through several different things in my life. One of them that I'll just share, and you actually see it in The Process web series, is I've been in an abusive relationship, a really, really bad abusive relationship, verbally and physically. And at the time, it was extremely hard. It started out just being verbal, where the guy would just, curse at me, call me names, yell at me in a very degrading type way. And at the time, because I dealt with a lot of insecurities too. Now looking back, I don't know why, but I did. So it was one of those things of where I was very insecure and didn't realize I deserved better. And the flip side of it was too, I thought I could change him. I thought I could change him and realized you can't change anybody, especially men. You can't change men. They can change themselves, but you can't change them. Women, understand that. So my insecurities, and it wasn't like I was insecure like bad, but I had insecurities that allowed me to stay in that relationship. I was a very confident young lady, but I did have a lot of insecurities. Anyways, I was in my early 20s when all this went down, and basically one day we got into this big argument because I found out he was cheating on me multiple times, and it's shown in The Process, but he took me by my neck and put me up against the wall, threw me down the ground. There was instances where he threw me out of a car, had me walking miles to get home. It's still somewhat hard for me to talk about, but I have forgiven him and I have been healed from that. But the one thing I learned is that people will do to you what you allow them to do to you. People will do what you accept. So in that relationship, even though I fought against it and told him I didn't like it and all those different types of things, he didn't hear any of that. What he heard was, you're allowing me to abuse you verbally. You're allowing me to call you a B. You're allowing me to call you ugly. You're allowing me to tell you that you're not worth anything. You're allowing me to tell you I hate you. You're allowing me to put my hands on. You're allowing me to throw things at you. You're allowing me to break stuff in your house when I get so mad and never repair it and put holes in the wall. Like, that's what he heard over and over again, because I would not just leave the relationship. So how I overcame it is basically the day when he, just banged me up against the wall, threw me down, broke my phone. Like, it just was a light bulb went on. And it was like, Carol, this man, after all this, will come back. Because after all that, he will come back and apologize and tell me he loved me. I said to myself, but that's not love. Because I was a Christian. I was in ministry. We were actually both in ministry at the time. And yeah, that I had to think about, like, does God, when you wake up in the morning, does God say, good morning, you ugly woman? I hate the fact that I created you today, Carol. You are a pointless waste of time. I shouldn't have even created you. Look at you. You're not even doing anything of your life. God doesn't speak to me like that when I wake up in the morning. He says, I love you. You want to spend some time with me? Usually I'm rushing like, okay, God, thank you for waking me up this morning. Bless my day. And I love you. Amen. But God really is wanting to spend more time with me and love on me. And that's love. And when I finally understood that love doesn't hurt, love doesn't abuse, love doesn't take advantage of, love doesn't belittle, love doesn't want to make you feel like you're not worthy and worth love. When I finally realized that, that's when I overcame it. And I promised to myself that I would never, ever again be in an abusive relationship, verbally or physically. And that was my first and my last one. Now, I've had drama, I've had drama in relationships and other stuff going on, which we can talk about another time. But in reference to abuse, that was my first and my last time. And I hate the fact that I went through it, but I appreciate the fact that I went through it because I'm able to speak to other women to tell them that you are worth more. If you have young or old, if you are married or just in a relationship in high school, or you are 20 or you are 40 and you are being with somebody who does not appreciate you, who's putting their hands on you and talking down on you, leave, because you are worth more. Because that's not the love God wants for you. That's the love the devil wants for you, because that relationship is keeping you bound. And you know it. You can't be free. You can't be yourself. And you feel like something's holding you back. And that's what the devil wants from you. So I'm just speaking to any of those of you who are in an abusive relationship. Leave it. Hear it from me, Carol Glover. Because if I was still in that relationship, I would not be in this front of this camera right now. I would either still be going back and forth with him with black eyes and bruises on my body, or I would be in the hospital, or I would be in jail, because I probably would have tried to kill him. That's just real. And anybody who's been in a situation like that understands that. If you are in an abusive relationship, whether, like I said, with a relationship, parents, or whatever, even if it's your family, call somebody, get help. You do not deserve abuse. Nobody deserves that. That is not what God created you for. God created you to flourish, to be successful, to be wonderful, to do the work that he had for you. Not to be scared and timid every day, wondering when is the next time they're going to yell at you? What is the next word they're going to say to make you feel like crap? When is the next time they're going to hit you? That's not what God wants for you. Been there, done that. All right, so that's part of one of the things that I went through, and I hope that those words help some of you who might be going through it to get out, and those of you who have been through it to never experience that again. Because being in an abusive relationship is addicting in a sad way, and it is a terrible place. I'm starting to cry. Woo! It's a terrible place to be. It's a terrible place to be, and it's a very low place to be. And I would not wish that on anybody. And for those of you, and I was used to be one of those that were like, oh, I would never let a man put his hands on me. But, people change. He wasn't abusive when we first started. He got abusive after. People change. They can reel you in and then, bam, hit you. Hit you with it, who they really are. So, yeah, that's that. All right. Woo! All right, so I didn't get to all the questions. So I want to do more of these. This is kind of cool. So I hope I kind of let you in on some of who I am and what inspires me to do what I do, and things like that. So how about I do another one next month? Would y'all like that? Would y'all like that? I think I want to do another one next month. And if you have more questions, they can be anything. Leave it below. So I have a question for you, and I want you to comment below. Why do you like my channel? Especially, like I said, I don't have any cursing and all the sex and all those things that trend a lot. Why do you like my channel? What draws you to come watch the process web series and my parodies and other videos? Just why? Comment below. Let me know. Why do you love the C Corner so much? And I look forward to reading those answers. If you have more questions, comment below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Google+, and all those great things. Especially on Instagram and Facebook, you guys, because that's where I really am on the most. It's just Instagram and Facebook. So go up as soon as you're done with this video and go follow me and different things like that, because you can get an inside track on who I am too on Instagram especially. Other than that, go check out my other videos, okay, on my channel. Yes, the process is coming. I'm in the works. And the Anaconda cartoon parody is coming as well next month. I'm so excited about it. And I have another parody in the works that I'm going to be doing soon too. But you got to go on Instagram to know what that is. Okay? I love you guys. And until next time, deuces and smooches.